Tesla's competitors for 2022. Hello viewers, welcome back to another video with Automotech. Today, we will be counting down Tesla's top competitors in the EV market for the upcoming year of 2022. Now, undoubtedly, Tesla has been holding on to the #1 spot on the podium when it comes to research, development, innovation, marketing, and even sales of electric vehicles and electric vehicle technology. The testament to this claim is that the 3 of the top 5 selling electric vehicles on the market are Teslas, with the Tesla Model Y capturing almost a third of the entire market shares. However, holding on to this undisputed title for an indefinite period was an impossibility to begin with, especially when you consider how quick are companies that are already well-established names in the field to pounce upon profitable markets. That is why we will take a look at the top companies who are going to be the toughest competition for Tesla in 2022. Volkswagen. The German multinational automotive manufacturer is the firm that owns the most popular sports car brands such as Audi, Bugatti, Lamborghini, and Porsche. It also manufactures standard use cars under its Seat, Skoda, and Volkswagen trademarks, and even owns the Ferrari of the motorcycle world, the Ducati. It became the world's largest automotive manufacturer when it overtook Japanese giant Toyota in 2016 and held the crown until the end of 2019. It still holds the lion's share of the European car market and has dominated the market for over 2 decades now. Over 300 subsidiaries operate under the Volkswagen umbrella, having operations in 150 countries and over 100 manufacturing facilities in 27 countries. This portfolio should be enough to pose a serious threat to any company that Volkswagen starts a rivalry with. However, Volkswagen's actions are showing its aggressive approach and ambitious intent to capture the top spot of the EV manufacturers list. Volkswagen has pledged to invest a whopping $66 billion over the next 5 years to digitize its existing models and develop and manufacture new fully electric and hybrid vehicle models. Apart from the investments, Volkswagen has also focused on the design and development sector as well. It plans to release 75 new fully electric car models and 60 hybrid electric car models. And especially focusing on the new fully electric vehicles, Volkswagen hopes to put 29 million fully electric models on the road by the end of 2029. Another one of Volkswagen's long-term goals is earning 70% of its revenue from its EVs by the year 2030. And the way Volkswagen is implementing its strategies, it looks like it will very likely overtake Tesla in less time than expected, considering that its sales of purely electric models reached over 200,000 units, still half than that of Tesla. However, it did eclipse Tesla as the largest manufacturer of electric vehicles in Europe, and its ID.3 also beat Tesla to become the second most selling electric vehicle in Europe, with experts dubbing it the most credible EV effort by a legacy company. Ford. GM, Ford, and Chrysler form the triplet known as the Big Three of the American automotive industry, and the eldest of the trio is the Ford Motor Company. It manufactures automobiles and commercial vehicles under the Ford trademark and even manufactures luxury sedans under the brand name Lincoln. It also holds 8% shares in Aston Martin, which many people will be familiar with thanks to the James Bond film series, and a third of shares in Chinese manufacturer Jiangling Motors. As of 2017, Ford is the world's 5th largest automobile manufacturer with an estimated production of 6.38 million units per year, with 90 manufacturing facilities across the globe, employing over 200,000 employees with an annual revenue of around $157 billion. As for Ford's ambitions for the EV market, its strategy differs from its twin competitor General Motors. Ford plans to invest $22 billion throughout 2025 to develop its EV sector, which is significantly less compared to GM. However, Ford does bring a unique approach to the field, as it plans to electrify its most popular and best-selling models such as the Mustang and the F-150. This is an unconventional method compared to General Motors. However, Tesla has proven over the years that an unorthodox approach is the way forward in many cases, and high risk indeed translates into high rewards. As most of the models are already popular products under the Ford umbrella, they won't have to spend much on marketing their products again. And according to financial experts, this approach might offer Ford the edge over the next 5 to 10 years, as it might reach the 1 million units per year production mark before GM. According to the Auto Forecast Solutions, Ford will reach a production of 1.14 million units per year by 2028 compared to GM. That's a difference of almost 500,000 units compared to GM. Ford also has the outsourcing edge on its side as well, as it plans to outsource its manufacturing plants in Germany, Turkey, and Spain, apart from its existing plants in the US, Canada, Mexico, and China. General Motors. The next entry on the list is a stalwart of American automobile industry, General Motors. Boasting over 100 years of experience in the automotive industry, it is the largest manufacturer of vehicles in the US and has ruled the US automobile market for quite some time now. It was also the world's largest vehicle manufacturer until 2007. The subsidiaries of GM include well-known car brands that have now become household names such as Buick, Cadillac, and Chevrolet. However, GM is still quite inexperienced in the EV sector. But things might take a sharp turn in the years to come, as GM plans to broaden its horizons with a plan for an all-electric future. Mary Barra, the current CEO of GM, in an official statement acknowledged the severity of climate change, and her solution for curbing the calamity of climate change? Putting everyone in an EV. And looking at GM's strategy, it is putting its words into practice, investing a mammoth $35 billion in the electric automobile sector at the start of 2021 that will carry through to 2025. It has also announced the manufacturing of a 400-mile range EV, which will be sold under its subsidiary Chevrolet and will be named the Silverado. It has also announced the launch of 30 new EV models by 2025. What makes General Motors a threat to Tesla, however? The answer is GM's name recognition, production capabilities, distribution network, and most importantly, capital available that it can invest upfront in the EV sector, according to financial experts. Another point to be noted is that if established car makers can produce credible EVs, then they are more dangerous to startups and new names like Tesla, because their after-sales client services and experience is far superior and well-renowned compared to Tesla, as opined by Ron Mady, the Chief Financial Officer at Wealthcare Capital Management. Stellantis. Stellantis might come as a surprise to people as its company established just this year, and we are putting it as one of Tesla's top competition? Well, the reality is that Stellantis is just a new name, but its parent companies have been around for quite some time now. It is co-owned by Fiat Chrysler Automobiles and French PSA Group. Fiat Chrysler Automobiles is in turn formed by the merger of American automotive giant Chrysler of the Big Three fame and Italian manufacturer Fiat. 15 subsidiaries work under the Stellantis group, including sought-after vehicle manufacturers such as Alfa Romeo, Dodge, Jeep, Maserati, Opel, Peugeot, and Vauxhall, among others. Stellantis' operational capacity includes manufacturing facilities in 30 countries and over 300,000 employees with a presence in 130 nations of the world. However, big names and past distribution records and popularity is not all that Stellantis brings to the table. Stellantis is supported by 5 battery manufacturing plants in Europe and North America, with Samsung SDI being a likely candidate to assist Stellantis in its construction of the battery cell plant in the United States. All these preparations are focused to provide a solid base to launch Stellantis' campaign in the EV market and will attempt to reach its aim to secure 260 gigawatt-hour of battery life by the end of 2030. It also applies an approach similar to Ford's strategy of electrifying its already existing models, and has stated that 14 of its 15 subsidiaries will be offering their most popular selling models and electrified versions, meaning the same car but running on electricity instead of gas. Do subscribe to our channel and be sure to check out more of your favorite content here. Apart from that, it has announced the launch of a medium van powered by hydrogen fuel cells by the end of this year. What sets Stellantis apart from the other competitors is its focus on the batteries, by setting a target to reduce battery pack costs by 60% by 2030, and also aims to introduce solid-state batteries by the end of 2026. Built on 4 electric platforms, its fully electric vehicles are expected to reach driving ranges of almost 500 miles on a single charge with a fast charging capability of 20 miles per minute. And that rounds up our list for Tesla's top competition in the upcoming year of 2022.